Welcome, everyone, at my very first interview here in NAVI. I joined the organization just like the new head coach of the new League of Legends roster, which is TheRock or TheRock 7, shall I say? I don't know if you use the 7 or not anymore. How's that?
I don't use the 7 anymore. Now it's
Oh,
out.
you don't?
Yep.
But I remember it with the
Nice.
7 because we met in 2023, I think, in France
Hmm.
at the LEC finals. We had some beers. We talked about the league. You were streaming back in the days and doing some YouTube content, and now you're here. Your very first year in LEC, man. How do you feel?
I mean, feel so excited. I couldn't, think back then to 2023 that we will be like together, 2026 like in Navi, me as a head coach and you as a co-streamer. It feels, so like surreal, like it's it's so amazing. I'm so excited to be here and it should be like a fun year for sure.
I mean, you worked really hard to get here. It's going to be your first year in LEC after a very successful year at KC Blue. You won basically the second biggest league that you could win in Europe.
Yeah.
So tell me more about ho- how all that happened from the local teams in
Yeah.
your country to get into LEC in 3, 4 years.
Yeah, it's actually in 4 years. I started like 2022. From 2020 till 2022, I was casting for the local like Greek broadcast. I was like co-streaming and like casting as well, like LEC and everything. I was watching like from outside. And I mean, how it happened, like besides the hard work, you need like kind of like luck and specific like things to be connected actually in order to achieve it. But if I start like I mean, it's hard to get out of Balkans, right? Because there's so many like coaches out there from like Greek leagues and Balkans like over that they will not get out of like that area because of like many reasons that comes into like our industry. So I think after my like 2024 on the Partizan, basically, I took like a decision on the spring split to take an off, completely off, because the offers that I had was like Greek League again, and I didn't want to join again like Greek League and win the Greek League again and do nothing on the EMEA Masters basically. So I was looking for another opportunity. So I took like the split off, and that was the moment that we met actually because I was co-streaming and everything. So I did like that part just for the income, right? Because I I had nothing else besides like the job that I was doing, like the family job. So I was still like chasing the dream. And summer split, I decided to go like to like EBL basically. I mean, I just went like the partisan just to compete basically. I didn't want to get another off. So I was like, okay, that's like maybe better than Greece because maybe from outside they will see me. Oh yeah, he like left the league now. He's on the ABL. Maybe it's different, right? I mean, we didn't won, but in the Myanmar set was like, I mean, we did like okay if you think about the level, right? And then I had like the opportunity again with the KCB because like with KCB it happened like in two different times. The first time was I was in tryouts for assistant coach position, and then I went like to the top two if I remember correctly, and I lost actually to the final moment of that like position, and they had like my name and they had like everything for me. So after like 6 months they contact me again, do you want to try as a head coach right now? So the moment that I had the second opportunity of that, I knew what I did wrong the last time or the things that I could do better. So yeah, the next time I did like everything like correct, and then I think it went like with the flow, right? Like the 2025 year, I mean there's so many things that I learned. I growth as well, like pretty much. If I remember myself from 2022 till now, it's like it's completely different, like methods, like everything. So I think, of course, like from hard work and like the growth, it came out naturally. Let's say how it went. But if you will ask me, like in 2024 when we actually met, if you ask me, you see yourself nearly in 2 years, or like, I would be like, maybe not, maybe 2027, maybe 2038. Who knows? Let's see. But yeah. it's quite cool adventure actually.
It is, but you're here. And
Yeah.
when I talk to players, I still remember the interview I had with Humanoid many years ago when we talked about his beginnings and his first year in LEC. And I remember he told me, like, when I joined the league, I felt like, oh my God, this is scary because everyone here is going to be so good. And
Hmm.
I'm like, this small. He felt like that. And after 1, 2, 3, 4 game days, he realized he's on the same level as everyone else. Maybe he's even better than them. How do you feel about this? Of the
Because
level of the coaching staff of the other teams,
yeah.
do you feel scared about the others, or is there someone you really feel like, oh my God, this guy is a coach god?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super confident. I don't want to sound like that I'm cocky, but I'm not scared at all. I don't know why. Maybe because I have seen from outside. I have seen like things from inside as well. Because even from KCB, right, I have seen like how KC like worked, and then like from outside, I have seen like LEC teams at Worlds and like international events and everything, and casting LEC. I was always like watching that. Oh yeah, this could be done better. Oh, this could be better. Oh, this draft could be better. So maybe like in my head, I create like a thing that yeah, I'm not scared. Like there's a lot of things that they could do better and they don't do it right. So why I should be scared? Of course, like the first like scrims in LEC, I was like quite anxious when I had to draft because I was like, okay, maybe they're super smart, right? Maybe there's something that I didn't thought about it, and maybe I will get like super gapped because of it. But I mean, the first 2 days was like good, but of course, like there's some days that I got like completely gapped, and I realized, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I should think like more like this and it's a part of the growth. But I wasn't scared at all, to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm like confident in my ways that they will actually work, and I know there are some people that I'm looking for as well. There are some people that actually like fully respect, and I'm not scared on them. I just like respect them. So I will give like more effort and emphasis facing them because I know that they will look like for the extra thing on the draft or in game or anything, right? So it's only like respect to some specific like coaches, and yeah, from my side it's like just confidence. I'm pretty sure that I will do okay versus them.
Okay, let's talk about the team and about the upcoming season. I have some question regarding the lineup specifically, because when it comes to like people ranking the teams in LEC,
Hmm. Yeah.
uh, they don't really know what to think about this lineup. As far as I understand,
Mhm.
you are the father of this lineup. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what would you tell these people? Like, what do you personally think about this lineup? What should they know about this?
Okay, so aggression, um, a bit of excited as well, lineup in many ways, in game and outside of the game, and what else? And fearless. Yeah, I think this lineup is like fearless. Sometimes this is bad to be like fearless because you don't understand ways that you actually when you lose a game, you're clicking like enemy nexus and you're like, oh yeah, we're winning right now, and bro, just click back. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean they're fearless. I think there's tons of aggression, and I will not say there's a structure or like systems right now for them. I mean, of course, we already like created like some sort of the systems, but you know, day one of the boot camp, we played the game, and I was like, oh man, this gonna be like a long run to make them like understand how I want us to play the game. But I think like for me, it's like super excited to work like with lineup like this because there is always be something that we will have to do better, basically, and that's like a good thing, right? Because if you're in a lineup that like people already have their own ideas and everything, and they're like, oh, I want to play the game like this, and they will not move from that area, you will be stuck after some point, right? After 6 months, the team will be like on that level, and you will stay like this basically for maybe for the whole year. But on this lineup, I think the actually like ceiling and everything is like huge. It really depends on how we actually grow through like the games and scrims and of course the experience that we actually need. Because even if I am, the dad of this roster, I'm still like a rookie in LEC as well as a head coach, so I have a lot of things to learn as well as they do. So I think we will learn together. We will, hold hands. We will come to the agreement that okay, guys, sometimes we will all fuck up. It's totally fine. We will move on. We will learn from this.
Yeah, that's really nice. Could you could you share with us the process behind the creating of this lineup
Mhm.
or making it work somehow?
Yeah. So basically, there's of course I could take like three different paths in my head on the off season. The one path is the path that the players that actually already we already know from LEC and they have like a specific experience and they can provide specific things like players like Humanoid, players like Vladi, I mean, players like this kind of caliber, right? And the second road was like full rookie lineup, create the core of Navi, the two, three players that will actually be the core for the next 2 to 5 years. And then the third option was like something in between, like a mix from talents to like rookies and veterans, basically. And like you mix that and you get what you want, basically. You get either your your rookies development, or maybe you get like a lot of more wins because you will have experience as well. But maybe the improvement will not be that much, basically. I chose the second option. Mainly the reason was, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, the off season you cannot really like fully decide by yourself, especially if you're Navi and it's the first year on the LEC and you already have two players locked, and maybe other players think, oh, these players maybe are not that good. Maybe I don't want to join Navi. I don't want to go like, I don't know, last place. Maybe they think like this, some players. So it was like a hard actually of season for us. It's the first time, being here. People like have like second thoughts. Oh, like this song is good. Like they're serious. They want to win. What they want to do. Of course, like this, like that's real. That's true. Like players think like this, and agents as well. Um, so I decided after some point, because we were wasting like a bit of time on the off season, like people didn't answer to us, or we were waiting like like long. I decided for the second option because I truly believe that this is the best for us on the long term. Like no matter what will happen like this year, and I'm pretty sure it will not like the worst will not happen. To like everything goes like super bad. Um, like the end of the year, I will have at least two players that I can build around, basically. At least, like on the minimum level. Like that's a worst case scenario, right? So based on that, I know by a fact that 2027 I will be much, much, much better because of this. Because I already have like two players minimum to build around on what I want. People will actually look us on a different eye, especially if we do well. So I will build the legacy that I want for Navi, basically. So the rookie's path was my path. That it's high risk, high reward, as like say a lot of times, because maybe you will ruin actually rookie development because a lot of rookies like together. Maybe someone will not actually pop off because he will have to do something else, and maybe someone else will have to pop off. But no matter what, two players will be like the core of Navi out of this like roster basically. So yeah, that was like my main idea.
Hmm.
Of course, you don't get like on a year, like on a day one, you think, oh, I will not win this year, but maybe next year. No, 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 that's not the case, right? But you have to be realistic and think, okay, no matter what, the goal is to have two players for next year. That we will actually build the roster that it will win everything basically, or the most things that we can do. But yeah,
Okay, so what is your goal for this year? Like, what do you feel is something we should expect from this
okay,
Navi lineup?
yeah,
I
I
know you're gonna probably say that we are aiming for the title, right? But
yeah.
uh, go on.
Okay, so summer split top four, like completely realistic, like winter split and spring split, we will get the much as we can from experience to improve, to get like the systems that we want, to actually transfer the system that I want to players as well, and how I want us to play the game based on our strengths, to be like more flexible, to improve, to like there's a lot of things that requires actually months in order to achieve these things. So summer split is the moment that we should like aim for top four, and that's like the goal for now. And I think we will do it.
Mhm. Really nice. Good to hear. Um, let's talk about the game
Hmm.
itself for a while. Then we can go back and talk more about the players
Yeah,
and the coaching. But for now, we have the completely new season. Huge changes coming to not just the league, but the esports format as well,
yeah.
specifically for the drafts
Hmm.
and so on. So, how do you feel about this season? Let's start with just this.
Hmm. Overall, I like the changes, and I like the fact that we don't have like huge changes from year to year. Because if you remember, like 4 5 years ago, like it was like if you remember, like we were reading the patch notes and you couldn't stop like reading the patch notes because it was like a chaotic thing that they actually changing the whole game. Like it was super annoying, but I like how they do the changes right now because it feels like more natural to actually change the game after every 3 months, a little bit and little bit and little bit, and it makes like more sense and it's more like human, if that makes sense. From coach perspective, at least it's more human for sure. So I like I like the attack and removal, even if I was like a huge fan because my previous team was playing attack and it's really good, and I really like that objective because everyone was throwing on that, but we were actually really good. So yeah, and I like the quest too. I think they shouldn't like lock the quest per role because they could give like a lot of strategic options, but they did that, so we will not have that like actually strategic approach. But I'm already thinking, different ways that I can actually abuse the quest, like on a different, roles. Let's say, I don't know, an AP carry goes bot. Who knows? Like an Azir goes bot and takes like the AD quest. Sounds good, right? Like more good for Azir. Who knows? So yeah, overall, I like the changes, to be honest.
Okay, when it comes to minion waves and
Yeah.
to how turrets are weak right now, I would say, because they feel just like a paper, at least for me in my solo
Yeah,
queue, you just
yeah.
hit the turret 2 times and it disappears. Also, the gold splitting with the plates and basically the new system around the pushing opens the game more for cross map plays and for split pushing even that we didn't had for a while.
Yeah.
So what can you share with us regarding this? How do you feel about the split push? Shall we expect more ignites on top lane and so on?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that people are trying, even like on solo queue, right? Like there's Ghost Mid, Ignite Top. There's a lot of weird things. But I think it's a lot harder to play the game like this because split push it's not that easy as people like think it is. In solo queue it can work because everyone like is griefing, right? Like no one will know how to cover like a side and then do a play on the map. But in competitive it's quite different. So like every competitive team should know how to deal with a split pusher like on a side and how you actually take back control on the map when you have a Fiora pushing your side basically. So yeah, I mean, like I like the fact that that's an additional strategy that you can actually have in your team, and it's like really good to have it. But it's not something that it will be unplayable to play against, as long as you know the fundamentals and the concepts on how you actually deal with it. I think it really depends. It will be really different from team to team. So it really depends on the team identity, basically. If your team like wants to have two guys like going like full crazy on the sides, that means that mid waves are not like playable, right? So you give something, you get something back. So what I would say is like we're trying a lot of different stuff. I will not give like full everything, and my goal is to be as flexible as we can. So I'm looking on all the strategies, but in the end, we will look the strategy that fits to us the most. So we will see like on the first games and everything, practice of course and stuff, and we will decide.
Based on the scrims you already played with the guys,
Yeah.
do you expect the first weeks of LEC to be crazy?
Yeah. I mean, not only because of us, like every single team will be actually crazy. Maybe people will do like more crazy stuff now because of like, as you said, like waves. Everything is like it feels faster, but it's not that faster, by the way. Like I was looking at the differences between like last year and this year. Of course, after like 14 minutes, you have like a wave coming 5 seconds faster. But you should know how what you actually get by this wave getting going faster, right? So you get faster like on the river, like on the control, you get faster on the enemy jungle, etc., etc. But again, if you don't follow the steps, you will get cooked because you still play wave into play, right? It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going like enemy jungle right now and the wave is coming. Okay, good, yeah, yeah, there's a wave. But it doesn't work like that. So people will actually skip a lot of steps, I feel like, and that will be like the reason why the games will be chaotic the first week in LEC, because people will try to make a fast play after the wave, and they will forget that the wave is coming again, and they will overplay basically, and GG. You're losing the game there, right? So yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff that will happen, and I hope we will not be the ones that we will lose a game like this.
Absolutely agree. I think in a competitive way, in term of competitive, I would say the minion waves are the biggest change, the most
Hmm,
important one. The
of
timing is
course.
different,
Yeah.
which makes it different, and it feels different, especially for the solo laners on the sidelines,
Yeah.
because of how home guards works now and so on. So maybe that might be the reason why it feels faster, because you are faster at the wave, you are faster in the game, back in the tempo.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing that you said about these changes. Like waves, you will be used to it. But the home guards, I think the home guards is something that we should look up for. I will not say that I solve the puzzle of the home guards and how I can actually get full advantages out of it, but I have a really good idea on that. So I think the home guard change is actually the most broken change on the like off season, like on this like new season basically. Like to be honest, like from my perspective, I'm pretty excited to see like the start of the LCK, not to like copy what they do, but I'm pretty sure they will already find a way to fully abuse the home guards. And I hope it's the same way as we thought as a team, basically. Or as I thought, I will be like so happy on that. So yeah, I mean, home guards. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's make a merchandise, team merchandise with just home guards in front of Navi. I think that
Good
might work,
idea.
right?
Yeah, good idea. I mean,
Uh,
especially if we
I,
win
I,
games because of home guards. Yes.
I'll talk to management immediately.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
Let's make it before the first week. No, but let's talk about the players again.
Okay.
Let's start with Poby. Poby is one of the players that been in the spotlight because he was the replacement of Humanoid
Uh-huh.
in the Fnatic. That's something that was really spicy for the Czech
Yeah.
viewers, especially
Yeah.
for our community. It was something that they've been really watching how Poby is doing. What do you think about him? Because he basically immediately like made himself a new mid lane talent in Europe,
Hmm.
basically from day to day.
I think he has a lot of things to improve because maybe people think, oh, he's coming from T1 Academy, he should be like super good in order to win LEC and everything. I realized even after the first week that this guy, I mean, he's good, right? But there's so many things that he needs to improve, and I was actually impressed by like some small details that I felt they didn't talk with him about them. And I was actually so impressed in a bad way, right? Not because of Poby, but because of how actually teams work. And I was thinking about it and I was like, but how they couldn't fix like that error, like T1 and then Fnatic, right? I mean, Fnatic, I couldn't blame Fnatic because they only had like Poby for 3 months, but T1 Academy, like in my head, because A player comes out of T1, it's like, yeah, this guy should have like super good fundamentals, should be like super good. Details will be like super duper good. He will be like insanely good. And actually, this like bubble in my head that I actually had, it went off after like talking with Poby and seeing, oh, actually, they didn't talk about this. Oh, they didn't teach him that. Oh, what about this? Like, yeah, this guy is good, but his development was like weird in a way that, well, this the one, like, how? So yeah, I actually like the fact that Poby is actually listening a lot to me and how I want him to give emphasis on specific like parts and some specific details. Of course, when I talk about details, there's like timers or like how you hug actually like how you hug like on the lane, which like side you are, like if you're on the right side, left side, why. Maybe sometimes you bait, maybe sometimes you want to just push and move, maybe sometimes you just want to create pressure with fog. Like this like stuff will they're game changing, right? Like people don't realize that actually being on the lane, like on the middle and on the right, on the left, like it's completely different situation because maybe you want to play Drake. So if you're on the left side, maybe you're baiting actually the enemy me to be on the right side, and you actually bait him to, oh yeah, we do Drake, we don't do Drake, and you create like fake pressure, like this kind of stuff, like create a lot of different like opportunities on the game. So I like the fact that Pob is actually really good at listening at it. Of course, like there's a language difference and barrier, right? So we are
Mhm.
trying like to work on that as well. I mean, he will learn English. I will not learn Korean, at least for now. But yeah, but his development, like it will be like slower because of like that difference. But in the summer split again, he will be on the level that I want, basically. So yeah, I mean mechanics. I prefer not to speak. Like this guy is super good mechanical. Like
Mhm.
you will not see an error from him, like in terms of mechanics. But the small details, we need to work on that.
Mm, a lot of people talked about Poby being a more defensive mid laner in comparison to some other European players. What do you
Yeah.
think about that? Is Poby the one that is playing just the which is taking just the 100% opportunities, I would say, or something like
Bro, I would say like the opposite. Like I'm seeing Poby go clicking. Like okay, I will think about one situation. Okay, I will super funny story. So basically, like 5 minutes into the game, Poby's playing like whatever champion, enemy champion is like legit 1 HP, and it's under tower, and Poby's in front of him, and like Poby seeing like enemies being 1 HP, he goes and like insta dives. And there's a Drake up, there's like the Scuttle up, your jungle
that.
can get level 6 and everything, right? And you are the winning enemy. 1 HP, no TP, there's no there's no reason to risk it. So you could say that if a player is going like for the 100% plays, he will not do that, right? But Poby, the moment he sees enemies like 1 HP, he will insta flash in order to kill him. I was like, bro, you need to understand that. Okay, like the game is over from this guy. Like, look his perspective, look his wave. You being full HP, he's 1 HP. Game is GG. He's completely cooked. So I have the different. So yeah, to come back, like to answer the question, bro, this guy, I need to pull him like back, Like I need to say to him, don't do this aggressive play now. You can do it in 30 seconds.
It
But
maybe just
yeah,
looked like that in Fnatic. Maybe
maybe it looked like that on officials, because that's my experience with him and screams. Maybe in officials, he will not get, maybe he will not do, the plays that he was doing like back on screams. But after the first week, I will know the answer on that
we will. We all will. He's
actually.
not the only one Korean in the lineup. There is a Sam D on the bot lane. Um, this season, to me, looks like the season of marksmen again. Because with all the buffs and with all the quests, ADC buffs looks really promising.
Yeah.
Especially the crit champions looks super strong.
Yep.
What do you think about it, and what do you expect from Sam D?
I mean, someday you will not expect him like to carry you the games, but he will actually do it. but in a silent way. Like if I compare, like, somebody to Poby, Poby, he will be like extremely vocal. I want to dive this guy. He's 1 HP. Somebody will be like, yeah, this guy is losing the game. I'm pretty chilling. Like I'm getting my second item and I'm carrying the game after. So somebody, like in my eyes, is the balance between the super vocal players and the other players, right? He's the low voice, silent voice that he will do his job correctly in order to win the next team fight, the next mid wave, the 3 versus 3 around like mid bot, whatever is the case. I think people really don't, think about him as a good player. I don't know, why they have like this impression, but I think he's a really good player under like specific systems and like a team environment. Because you cannot like blame some team having, I mean, last split as with Navi, right? Like there is a jungle that actually went from jungle to support, and he had to play with the support. That's auto feel. Yep, not the best. So yeah, I think someday now with a real support like with him, we will actually see his real like self. Because people don't really remember that someday back to 2022, if I'm not mistaken, he was 1 game away from Worlds and back on the LPL back then. Or actually, it wasn't 2022, it was 2019.
22, he was in
Anyways,
Hanwha Live.
anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, true. But he was like one away game from like Worlds, from like the LPL region. He was playing in TT, if I remember correctly, and he lost actually to the Worlds finalist back then. So that means that there is something, there's something on him that actually he couldn't find after like the years. And yeah, I mean, so TLDR, he's a silent voice. He's a guy that he will not like speak much. He will actually, we will see his actions in game by team
Mhm.
fighting mostly.
Great. You mentioned his support. His support is Parus for upcoming season from the BDS and the Turkish player, same as the jungler. So, any thoughts regarding the support and the Parus? What should we know about him?
Okay, I think what I want to say about Parus is maybe I was like the only crazy guy that actually really wanted Parus in that off season. Like really, really wanted Parus. I think everyone else saw his last year and they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy's not good. Like, get him out of LEC. Like, he's whatever." Because this is how I felt like in the off season, and based on what I see like on social and everything, right? I think people actually don't really understand that Parus can improve, and Parus is like a guy who won like so many Mia Masters. That means that there's again something on him. So what I can say about Parus, he's like super duper aggressive. Like this team is crazy, and he's crazy as well. Sometimes he's going, especially with jungle, like super duper deep too. So what we should expect is like weird picks, aggression, and yeah, I hope systematic plays as well soon.
You hope?
I hope. I'm not sure if we are there yet. There's some games that they feel, oh yeah, he's doing that now, and the next game he's killing the enemy nexus. So yeah, we will wait and see.
But he always was the playmaker, right?
Yeah,
He loves playing like Pike and Trash and these champions that are not always in the meta.
yeah.
So it makes sense that if someone needs to do the crazy plays, it's him.
I mean, I don't mind as long as the crazy play after some point it stops, right? Because you cannot do like one crazy play and you follow up with three more crazy plays. Like it's too much. You're losing tempo
I
in the game.
hope he's not jumping into full Hillisync mode.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I don't want to lose like my hair is like good. Even if I'm old, like I'm doing fine. I don't want to lose my full hair like this year. So please, no.
Yeah, we will see next year if it's not going to be a gray or something.
I mean, my beard is like full grain, and I think will be the Gaddafi in the end of the year. So
That's the prize for winning the EMEA Masters, right?
yeah,
The
yeah,
hair is for LEC.
good one. Nice, nice, nice.
Okay,
That's a good one.
let's talk about the second Turkish player we have on the lineup, and that's Rilek. Uh, please guide me at this point because
Yeah,
there is basically the lineup is full of, as I mentioned at the beginning, there is a lot of rookies and there is a
Hmm.
lot of players that people don't really know what to think
Hmm.
about them and about lineup. So I will maybe repeat this question, but what should we think about the jungler of Navi?
I mean, you should think is same as support. Like two crazy, like Turkish guys going on your enemy jungle, clicking on your enemy jungle means you either have to fall back if you are enemy or you fight them, because they will not stop. This is what you should think about him. Like this guy, he's like in his head, it's always okay. Yeah, I'm clicking enemy jungle right now. I'm invading like these raptors. Parus, come with me, please. Let's go. You know, there's a lot of aggression. I like the fact that because for me it's like completely different to try to have a passive player and try to teach him how to be aggressive. Like I don't know if you can if you can see like my perspective on that. It's really hard for someone to see actually some aggression points and pressure points. But if a player have this like thing in his head that oh yeah, I can play aggressive here, and you're trying to pull him off that yeah, you can play, but this is where you should stop, right? It's more like easy to teach it, at least for me, right? From my perspective, it's easier to have a super aggressive player and pull him back. Yeah, this is where you stop, instead of having like a passing player that you're trying to teach him how to be more aggressive. It will, based on my experience, it will be so hard for the passing player to see that window and angle. So yeah, another like aggressive player on the roster. Bro, I hope we do, actually thinking about it right now. I hope I don't lose a game because of it. Like if I lose a game because like my two guys or three guys clinking enemy Nexus, I'm losing my mind immediately. Like I'm telling you. So yeah, what you should know is like this guy is super flexible, real aggressive, and yeah, hope with Parus they will click as they should click.
Okay. Um, you mentioned that it was kind of challenging to create a new lineup when you already had two players locked in,
Mhm.
and based on the lineup that the Navi in 2025 like overtook from the Rogue before. There might be some frustration in like in the head of the players that couldn't
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
you know, specifically for Samdi and Rai, like
Mm.
they might felt like that's not our potential. We want
Mm.
more. We can do more. We can achieve more. Is that the case? Like, did you feel that these two guys um, felt frustrated from the last year?
I mean, Samdi, yes. Really, it's not the case because he didn't like he was just sub, so he didn't play. So he was, chilling. He didn't get like blamed for like, what happened last year or anything. So he's
That's true.
full fine. But with Samdi, yeah, it was like one of the cases. He was, I mean, he was more like he couldn't like implement his ideas. He couldn't understand what was going on. He couldn't like play the game. So at the beginning, I realized when I talked with him that he was a lot like of. I actually he was like a bit of depressed, basically, for
Mm.
what was happening, and it's normal. You cannot blame anyone, but what was happening. But I think day by day he was. I mean, I think now he just totally forgot about what happened. He doesn't even care about what happened before because we focused on like the positive parts, on what we should get out of the previous experience, and what you should like move and you should move forward right now on the new roster, new experience, new. I mean, everyone's new here, so even if he felt bad, now he's totally fine.
Mhm. So basically, new team, new environment. You win
Yeah,
some scrims, you feel better, everything goes
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Great, good to hear. The last guy is basically the only one guy that you took from your last team. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah.
It
Is that correct?
it comes to a wonderful fact that he's from Ukraine
Yep.
and he plays for Navi. It's Maynter. So please tell me more about the way you guys achieved together with
Mhm.
KC Blue and what's coming up in Navi.
So my relationship with now with like Maynard, it goes like it has like ups and downs, and I think that's completely normal. when it comes to like competitive environment. It's not like the I mean, people should understand, like from outside, that you don't like. It's not flowers and clouds and everything is perfect and there's a sun and we are happy every day. It doesn't work like that. So there's a lot of ups and downs in the relation with players, with coaches, and everything. But what I liked about like Maynter, and I will come back like what I was why I said that, is the fact that no matter what, he will give like his 100% right. He's working like super hard. He's like extremely vocal on what he wants, and he's a vocal in a way that you feel like weird as well. That you're like, bro, let me do like my thing. Like just okay. You have your own idea, good. Let me do my stuff, and we can talk about it after. And plus, I think he's a good role model to have like on a team as a player because he will others will actually follow his lead and they will do what he does. So that means he's like working a lot, he's playing like the game a lot, he will push others to do like stuff, review games, watch other POVs, try to talk to each other and everything related to that. It's a really good thing to have besides the in game, right? I'm talking about the outside of the game. And about me and him, uh, of course, like there's a lot of cases that you don't agree with your players, and that's like completely fine, right? But you actually respect your player, like no matter what, because you know that he has his point of view, and his point of view might be valid, but from your point of view, you see like things like differently because you are the coach and you actually see the big picture, right? So you try to understand like your player, and even if your player doesn't understand like your POV, you actually respect the fact that he's trying for the team, he's trying for the good of the team. So that's why like our relationship has like ups and downs last year with Mainder, because there's a lot of cases that I misunderstood his intentions or why he's saying that and why he wants to do that and why this and why that, right? But I understood that like he just wants to win and he just wants like to get better, he just wants like the team to be better, and it's the same things that I value as well. So we are talking the same language in different ways. Yeah, that's really good.
So that's the reason why
Yeah,
he's the only one player you took from KC Blue
yeah,
with you.
yep,
That's really
exactly.
nice. Well, it comes to a moment when you might probably play against your ex team, against KC Blue, because of the format of LEC versus. You will also probably play against Los Ratones. So my next question will be regarding these two teams, KC Blue mainly, because it's the team
Yeah.
that with one you won the European title, and the Los Ratones, which is going to be probably one of the, like, whenever Los Ratones is going to play, it's going to be like a big moment, especially in terms of viewership.
Yep, that's true. That's true, actually. I mean, it's pretty excited to play like with Casey Blue. I mean, there's no familiar faces from last year. There's only two: Yukino, the jungler, and Bleezy, the head coach now, my previous like assistant coach. I'm pretty excited for two reasons. One, I want to draft against Bleezy because we had like a lot of moments last year with Bleezy arguing about drafts and what should approach and everything. So now, like in a good way, right? I want to prove him, okay, this is how you do
Okay.
it. But again, like in a really good way because we like our relationship, like till the end of the year, like even if we had like ups and downs, was like decent. And Yukino, he's the guy that we actually scouted back in like KCB, and I took the risk to took like a unknown guy like from actually nowhere and to bring him like to LFL, right? Because he was like on the third division of NA and just like rank one solo queue, that means yeah, nothing basically. So yeah, I mean I love this guy. Like no matter what happens, this guy will be like in like legit my heart because he showed me like the way that oh yeah, you can work with rookies and rookies can improve and rookies can be good and maybe rookies can win you wars like one day, like when the rookies will become like experienced. So he's the reason that I'm actually having a full rookie roster right now, basically. So yeah, but I want to prove him that no matter what, when we play against, he will actually lose. So yeah. He should have like a PTSD facing me from now on.
And what about the Los Ratones? Like
Mm,
this is something that a lot of people talk about,
yeah.
and fans are like
Okay. I will.
really expecting Los Ratones
Yeah.
to be a good sparring partner for LEC teams. What do you think? Is it even possible that?
Okay. Let's say at the beginning, I think it shouldn't be possible to like for the Lottones to stay like for the whole year in LEC. Yes, about the guest tournament should be fine. It's normal. But I think we were the only team like last year in KCB that were actually winning versus Los Ratones like constantly, right? Look like the first EMEA Masters, then look like the summer split, the summer like EMEA Masters as well, like the scrims that we played against them. We had the way to win against Los Ratones, and well, it's not only the players. And I think we have like the pairs again, like this year, to win against Los Ratones again. That means, there's a Maynter, it's me here, so that means something about them. I think we have a good read on how they want to play the game, and I like the fact that there's like a new team out of nowhere, like in the LEC, sure. But besides that, not, I'm not scared of them like at all. Like I just want to beat them one more time, and that's it.
What do you expect them overall? I mean, in LEC,
I
because the question
I
on the
expect
internet,
okay, yeah, yeah.
you've
If people
yes.
disrespect Los Ratones will win the game easily. If you disrespect their own picks, their style, like the Vibe top, the kind top, their different like approach, you will lose the game. If you don't respect what they do, you are actually losing the game. So number one priority is you actually understand what they do. Number two priority, you draft accordingly versus them. Number three priority in game, you still respect what they do because they are making you lose time, right? Like Bo's doing like his crazy stuff, and if you're following Bows like the whole game, you are losing the other side of the map because they're not dumb. They're smart. They're a smart team. Like if Bows like going like doing like proxy for like 1 minute, the other four members will take like T1 mid, T1 top, and T1 two, and see ya. So you need to understand how to play against them, and it's not easy. As long as you have like smart players, it should be easy. To be honest, though.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I want to say something. Besides
Yeah,
the KCB that I want to win, there is one team that's like is my number one priority.
go on.
Yeah, it's KC. It's not KCB. KCB, like KCB is on my heart. Like with KCB, I won everything, but with KC, it's different. So KC is like the number one priority. I mean, the roster is like it should be Exodia, like in theory, like on paper, they have spent like everything, for this roster. But for me, it's like number one target. Like this is the guys that I want to
Oh,
actually win for many reasons. So this is the team that I'm looking for. Maybe not the split, but for the whole year, yes.
yeah, I understand. Great. Um, okay, so yeah, thank you very much for this interview and for your time. Any last words for the fans, for the NAVI fans that are going to cheer for you guys this year?
Okay, guys, I want you to trust the process. Give us time, and we will deliver good games, fun games, aggressive games, and excited games. So give us just time. We need experience, and you will see like good stuff from us. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, and good luck in LEC.